Okay, so you might be confused on why we're back here. Well, for one, I put a save state, and for another, I want to check some other stuff, like the briefing. Let me actually make sure that it's... Okay, yeah, it is. Okay. I feel dumb for always asking.
It's been a long time, Snake.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
Hello, Colonel.
Snake.
You
Straight
bitch.
to the point as always.
What do you want from me?
I just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call sending armed soldiers after
I
me?
just said that.
Sorry if they were a little rough with you, but we've got a serious situation here. Only you can get us out of it.
I'm retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders from you or anyone else.
Unfortunately, this
You
is like the
will take
Mafia.
these orders. I know it.
Excuse me.
Who's this?
What the fuck?
Dr. Naomi Hunter, the unit's chief medic, an expert in gene therapy.
Are you military?
No, civilian. I've been sent here from ATGC. Pleasure to meet you, Snake. Don't worry, this injection won't hurt a bit.
That's what they all say.
What's the shot for?
What's wrong? You don't like shots?
No.
Snake, listen up.
When I was a child, I
About
took a
5
shot,
hours ago,
and my arms
an
were sore
island
for
in
weeks.
Alaska's Fox Archipelago called Shadow Moses Island was occupied by special ops soldiers.
What soldiers?
I know this is going to sound really
Next
dumb,
Generation Special
but why wasn't the
Forces,
briefing
led by
part of
members
the
Unit
new game
Foxhound.
intro?
They presented Washington
fuck?
with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, they'll
I
launch a
knew I
nuclear
should have
weapon.
turned off Discord.
A nuclear weapon?
I'm afraid so. You see, the island is the site of a secret nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Foxhound hijacking a nuclear weapon?
Oh, we're evil now.
You understand how serious
Wish
the
I knew that
situation
sooner.
is. You have two objectives. First, infiltrate the nuclear weapons disposal facility and rescue the two hostages. They are DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and Kenneth Baker, President of ArmsTech.
That worked well.
Those are some heavy-duty hostages.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear strike and stop them if they do. Any questions, Snake?
Questions? I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you can make up your mind after you hear more about the situation.
Oh. Okay then. Let me check. Oh. What? Oh. That's a lot of words. Let me just okay, 16 minutes. Yeah, we got time. Must not been important. Oh well. Alright, I guess, infiltration method. His download's gonna take forever.
Tell me about the nuclear weapon disposal facility.
The disposal facility includes a hardened underground base. Even with our most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, we can't tell what's happening inside.
So, someone needs to penetrate, gather intelligence, and report back.
Correct.
Sounds like a spy movie. What's the insertion method?
Well, an air insertion is impossible.
Not with this storm going on.
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
Approach?
Yes,
I just said
within
that.
a few miles of it. The facility is equipped with sonar detection capabilities. They'd be able to hear our engine or propeller noise.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV.
Launch?
Same
I
as a
just said
torpedo,
that, you fuck!
only this has no propulsion device of its own. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, You'll have to swim.
You want me to swim in sub-zero Alaskan water?
Don't
After
worry.
all them,
That suit represents the latest
After all that,
advances in
yes.
polythermal technology. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As always, this is a one-man sneaking mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP.
Yes. This is
obviously.
a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
What? I thought it was just one. What do you mean there's... Good Lord Almighty.
What's the time limit?
24 hours.
God damn. I
They
forgot.
say they'll launch after 24 hours.
Do they say what the target will be?
So far, they haven't mentioned the
I
target.
forgot that it was 24 hours.
When did the countdown start?
5 hours ago.
Oh. Man, I did a lot of progress within the rest of that hours. Holy shit. I'm with Snake, just like, you told... You motherfucker.
Colonel, who are you speaking for?
Naturally, I'm representing the U.S. government.
So who's in supervisory control of this operation?
The President of the United States.
Huh.
So, there's a lot of crap hitting fans in the White House basement.
Including the fact that he doesn't know
No.
some of the shit.
At this point, they're still video conferencing with each other.
If that's a real nuclear warhead, shouldn't they issue a COG?
Not yet. The Secretary of Defense has operational control and is fully aware of the situation. After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, a COG will be issued.
Alright.
Well, if they haven't relocated to the nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry. Yet.
Yet.
Is the National Security Agency in on this?
Yes, and so is the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency.
The DIA?
I
I'm starting to get bad
fucking
feelings
said
about
that.
this.
They'll be sending us some support.
We don't need desk jockeys. We need a nuclear weapons specialist.
Of course. A nuclear weapons specialist has already been assigned to us.
Tasha. Oh. No smoking while them shit's being injected in ya. Support crew.
We need backup from a specialist. I'm just an amateur when it comes to nuclear weapons.
I know. That's why I've requested the assistance of a military analyst named Nastasha Romanenko. She'll be providing you backup by codec.
A female analyst?
What, you got a problem with that?
She's built up an impressive record as an advisor for the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. Contact her if you have any questions. She's also an expert on high-tech weapons.
Where's she working from?
Her home in Los Angeles.
California?
Wow, what a cushy job.
California's a lot different than this place.
Yeah, a lot cushier. Actually, look, quite literally, now that I think about it, don't they allow weed there?
Colonel, you're retired. Why are you involved in this?
Because there aren't many people who know Foxhound as well as I do.
Including you.
Is that the only reason?
I've been soldiering for a long time. I don't know anything else.
They don't like it on the
I'm
resume.
getting a little old.
It's hard
I
to
still
put. It's
love
hard to
be
find
in the
jobs
field.
nowadays, man.
Colonel, you're a lousy liar. Tell me the real reason.
Okay, Snake. Sorry. I'll be frank. A person very dear to me is being held hostage.
Who is it?
My niece, Meryl.
Naomi's like, oh shit. Alright, now to actually see about the download again. I think I might be able to actually see the entirety of this shit. I was kind of hoping to get done before 1.
What was your niece doing there?
Several soldiers were reported missing the day of the revolt, and my niece was one of those called in as an emergency replacement.
Oh.
She looks like you.
She's my little brother's girl. He died in the Gulf War, and since then I've been watching after her.
A personal motive, Colonel. That's not very soldierly.
Fuck
I'm
off.
retired. I'm just an old man now. And I'm your friend.
Since when are we friends?
I've thought of us as friends since the fall of Zanzibar land.
Man,
Haven't you
Snake
had
saying
enough
that
of
was
a
kind
bastard like me?
No, that's the part of you I trust. Please, Snake. Save my niece, Meryl.
man.
All right, but I have 2 conditions.
Name them.
1, no more secrets between us.
Yeah,
I
that
want
kept-
complete
that kept
disclosure at all
working.
times. And 2, I'll only accept orders directly from you, Colonel. No cutoffs involved, okay?
Agreed. That's why I was called. But one thing.
What?
I'm not a colonel anymore. Just a retired old warhorse.
I don't care. I'm so used to
I
hearing
understand.
Colonel. I don't.
Colonel.
It's hard to, you know. Man, seeing all these after just seeing what Colonel's
That
those,
doctor.
you know.
Is she part of this operation too?
She was in charge of Foxhound's gene therapy. She knows more about those men than anyone else.
So, she's used to seeing men naked.
Oof.
Make no mistake, I'm not a nurse, I am a scientist.
By the way,
Ner-
what was that injection for?
It's a combination of nanomachines and an anti-freezing peptide so that your blood and other bodily fluids don't freeze, even at subarctic temperatures.
Nanomachines.
Not just one kind either.
Take a
There are
shot.
different types which will replenish the supply of adrenaline, nutrition, and sugar in your bloodstream.
Now I don't have to worry about food.
I also put some nootropics in there.
Say what?
Nootropics. A class of drugs which will help improve your mental functioning.
It'll make me smarter, huh? Anything else?
Just what I needed.
Yes.
Pass first
It's a
grade
type of
math.
stimulant. It'll keep you alert and responsive for 12 straight hours.
12
That
straight.
was quite a cocktail. Anything else in there?
Huh.
Those nanomachines will also keep your codex batteries charged up.
I guess I can call you when I'm ready to go on a diet.
You're welcome.
Alright, now let's see about the amount on the doodle. Damn. 4 minutes. Oh, time for more hostages, I guess. I'm gonna have to read the rest of this now. Jesus Christ, man.
The chief of DARPA and the president of an arms manufacturing company. What business did they have at a nuclear weapons disposal facility?
What the fuck do you think?
The truth is that secret exercises were being conducted at the time the terrorist group attacked.
Must be extremely important exercises if those two were directly involved. Were they testing some kind of new advanced weapon?
I'm not privy to that information.
All I know is that it's the kind of shit that makes the
Do we
NRA
know
pop a
exactly
boner.
where they're being held?
The DARPA chief has also been injected with a mini transmitter. As you get closer, you should be able to pick up his location on your radar.
Convenient.
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuclear missile?
Survey says yes.
They say they do. They even gave us the serial number of the warhead they plan to use.
Granted, North Korea also
Was the
says
number
this a lot.
I'm afraid so. At the very least, they've got their hands on a real nuclear warhead.
Isn't there some kind of safety device to prevent this type of terrorism?
Yes. Every missile and warhead in our arsenal is equipped with a PAL, which uses a discrete detonation code.
PAL?
Permissive Action Link.
You
The
know what?
safety
That doesn't
control
really deserve
system
it.
goes
Just
into
said
all
that.
nuclear weapon
That's actually,
systems.
yeah.
But even so, we can't rest easy.
Why not?
Because the DARPA chief knows the detonation code.
But even if they have a nuclear warhead, it must have been removed from its missile. All the missiles on these disposal sites are supposed to be dismantled. It's not
Supposed
that
to
easy
be.
to get your hands on an ICBM.
That used to be true. But since the end of the Cold War, you can get anything if you can pay the money.
Yeah. He ain't wrong there. Actually, that's terrible. Don't let anybody hear that.
How well armed are these terrorists? I know there was an exercise going on at the time they revolted.
They're heavily armed, I'm afraid.
That was assumed, but
What about their battle experience?
The 6 in charge are plenty tough. After all, they're foxhound people.
that was also assumed.
Hey, you're gonna make me blush.
The others are next generation special forces. They're not your average grunts either.
I recall though that they were somehow made to see better in the snow as well, if I remember correctly. So they ain't just normal. It ain't just like foxhound and some random assholes. It's
So what
literally
exactly
souped up
are they
motherfuckers as well.
demanding?
A person's remains.
Remains?
That's right. To be more accurate, cell specimens which contain the individual's genetic information.
They want Big Boss's corpse.
Cell specimens? Why would they want that?
The terrorists need them. You see, these next-generation special forces have been strengthened through gene therapy.
Genes? Strengthened?
You've heard of the Human Genome Project. They've been mapping the human genome and they're nearly finished. Following up on this research, the military has been working towards identifying those genes, which are responsible for making effective soldiers.
There are genes that do that?
Yes, and using gene
Yeah,
therapy,
they come
they're
at
able to
JCPenney's now, believe it or
transplant
not.
those genes into regular soldiers.
There it can be.
Gene
I
therapy.
messed that up.
I'll I'll explain this part.
I am the nerd, and I will explain it.
With gene therapy, it becomes easy to remove genes that cause sickness and disease, or, alternatively, to splice in additional genetic material.
In other words, we can overcome all sorts of genetic diseases and at the same time add genetic characteristics as desired.
That doesn't sound terrifying at all.
And so if you knew what genes were responsible for making the perfect soldier, you could implant them in the same way, right?
Yes, we could.
Clone troopers.
But it all depends on being able to isolate and identify those soldier genes.
And in order to do that, it's helpful if you can study the genetic information of one of the greatest soldiers ever.
Big boss. First things first. Ah, there we go. Okay. I'll get through the rest of this eventually, but that's a promise there. But time to start fixing it up to see if I can actually do that part. Alright. Oh. Oh, come on.
Colonel, I'm off duty now. Let me go back to Twin Lakes.
Why,
Just as
Snake?
I stopped.
Is your life in Alaska all that great?
There's a dog sled race this week. Next Saturday I have to be in Anchorage.
The Iditarod, the longest sled race in the world. When did you become a dog musher?
Right now, my 50 huskies are my only family. I've got to take care of them.
Don't worry about your dogs.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, Snake, but this vessel is headed for the Bering Sea. There's no room for debate.
I told you, even if I do owe you, I don't owe anything to this army or this country.
You will accept this assignment.
Why should I be stupid enough to do that? I'm no patriot.
You're being indicted by the military. You committed a whole lot of crimes of treachery during your days as an agent.
Oh, I see. Blackmail.
Man, they are going to try and kill it with the fucking remake. If they do it after 3.
No, Snake. It's just a little scheme the brass thought up. But anyway, I know you.
No,
You
wait, they'd
take
have to do
this
Peace
assignment
Walker
even
to
without
3
any threat.
remake.
What's that supposed to mean?
You are a natural-born soldier. You can't live a normal life in peace.
Could you at
It's the
least
same
feed
for
my
all of us who've
dogs?
seen real action. The only place we can feel truly alive is on the battlefield. I'm a soldier too. I know those feelings of powerlessness,
man, I just want
frustration that you feel every day. You've tried to play the Boy Scout out there in Alaska, but you can't race dogs in the snow forever. Why don't you come back to us and be a soldier again?
Do you think my life is some kind of a joke?
Snake, I just want to give you back your purpose in life.
I mean, 50 dogs, that is technically a purpose in life.